Good morning. It's Monday, April 21st. I hope you all enjoyed the holiday break. Thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Dr. Nicholas Cox, the Interim Dean of HCC's Liberal Arts, Humanities, and Education Division. Our regular host today, Dean Amy Tan, is actually running the Boston Marathon. So when that's over, I'm going to check her stats and see how she did today. I would encourage all of the Dean Tan fans out there to do the same. Today, though, I'll be joined by Jake Crowley, HCC TV production specialist. He's in the studio today. Jake, how are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Are you staying dry? Did you commute in okay? No high water or thunderstorms keep you away?
Yeah, no, I'm all good here.
All right. Well, Jake, why don't you tell us how everyone can find us on our social media?
Yeah, of course, we're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, so today we are bringing back a very popular topic, Music Monday, a segment we often do on Mondays. And we're going to talk with an HCC TV intern. She's also a member of HCC's Music Club and a director of a new student show. This is HCC TV intern Maria Machado. Maria, welcome to the show.
Hi, excited to be here. Good morning.
So I understand you go by ISA or ISA. Explain, tell
That's
me.
Yeah, that's Isa.
Isa, got it. Okay, great. Is that a recording artist nom de plume,
It
an
is
artist name?
it is
Yeah.
an artist name, but it's also a nickname that I've gotten throughout my childhood.
Okay, wonderful. Well, after the break, we're going to come back and Jake is going to interview, and we want to hear all about your experiences here with music at HCC. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So, first, however, on Monday, we also have the Mental Health Monday segment, and we're joined again by Jessica Bellant. She's going to be discussing Sexual Assault Awareness Month with us, and she's a frequent visitor if you have seen other Mental Health Monday episodes in the past. Jessica, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Well, I want to remind everybody you are the Education and Prevention Director at the Bridge Over Troubled Waters and our routine regular Mental Health Monday guest. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what the Bridge Over Troubled Waters is before we start talking about sexual assault awareness?
Yes, I'd love to. So, The Bridge is a nonprofit organization serving all survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and human trafficking. All of our services are free. We're located in Pasadena, not too far away from HCC. And we provide free counseling services, legal advocacy services, really helping people access safety. So, if they're trying to leave an abusive relationship or access rights on their school with Title IX, we can support that process. We have support groups, and I'm in charge of education and prevention. So if you're interested in having us out to your faith-based community, your classroom, organization, or workplace, we're happy to come out and talk about any of these topics related to intimate partner violence.
Well, I certainly hope some of our HCC student organizations or even classroom instructors and club sponsors will take a look at our information about your organization after the show because it would be great if you guys were able to connect and spend a little bit of time on campus with our students. Now, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and we wanted to talk about that, and we also want to talk about rape culture. But first, I want to ask, we have days, weeks, and months set aside so people can think about and focus on particular social concerns. Why is April Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month?
Yeah, so we honor Sexual Assault Awareness Month in April because every 68 seconds, someone in our country experiences sexual assault. Every 9 minutes, a child is the one who is sexually assaulted. April also coincides with Child Abuse Awareness Month because there are so many links between sexual assault and child abuse. We also know that in Texas, 40% of Texas women have experienced sexual violence and 20% of Texas men. So it's so important that we honor Sexual Assault Awareness Month because unfortunately, so many of us we either are survivors ourselves or we know and love someone who has experienced this form of violence.
Now, in the month of April, besides, conversations like this one, what are some of the things that college campuses or the Bridge Over Troubled Waters and organizations like it can do in April that would help raise awareness and push back against sexual assault?
Yeah, so there's lots of different topics we can have in conversation. So we can talk about what is victim blaming. And I know last year we did a segment on that. What is rape culture, which we're going to talk a little bit more about today. We can look at what is sexual harassment, what is Title IX rights on campus for both students, faculty, and staff. We can look at gender socialization as a root of sexual harm. And then one of my most common ones that I get requested a lot for is how can I support someone I know, a fellow student, a friend, a family member who has experienced sexual violence, sexual assault, sexual harassment. Unfortunately, it's not talked about enough. So really just starting that conversation is so important.
Well, let's dive in and talk about our concerns today about rape culture, because I think a lot of people understand that there is a kind of casual indifference and sometimes a tolerance of behaviors that contribute to a culture in which sexual assault and rape are more likely or less likely to occur. And so sort of reforming culture is a major way to try and reduce sexual assault. Can you tell us what do we mean by rape culture and what does that look like?
Yeah, well, you're on exactly the right track, Nick. So really, it does look like a society in which sexual assault is prevalent, it's pervasive, and it's maintained through attitudes and beliefs that a society has about gender, sexuality, and violence. Unfortunately, it's a culture in which some physical bodies believe they're entitled to other physical bodies, or that some are worth less than others, right? Or that some maybe deserve the harm that they experienced. And obviously, all of it is really harmful beliefs. But we are working, part of preventing sexual violence in the future is looking at how do we change these attitudes and beliefs that shape the way we think about intimacy and each other, so that future generations don't experience this level of harm.
So when we try to change the culture in order to, the big obvious target is to reduce those horrifying statistics you started with, to reduce the amount of assault and assault of children. Beyond those big obvious targets that we're trying to improve, what else does rape culture do to society? What other impacts might it have besides those assaults?
Yeah, so with rape culture, we know that it looks at accountability too. We have a rape culture because there is this lack of accountability. We know that only 3.5% of rapists will ever spend a day in jail. 3.5%. And so we do live in this society where it's just there isn't a lot of consequences. And so rape culture, this kind of one of the societal impacts is often people don't feel comfortable going forward, right? They don't feel comfortable reporting or telling a faculty, staff, a family member because they're so worried that they will not be believed or that they will be blamed. Unfortunately, part of rape culture is this victim blaming attitudes. Well, they must have wanted it, or it was because of what they were wearing, or did you see how they were flirting with them? Or, well, they got drunk and went to this party. What did they expect, right? When we know none of those things actually causes sexual violence.
Right.
So
There's sort of a blurring of this line of giving people some sort of advice to avoid being victims, which can very quickly turn into blaming them if they become victims. So we've got just a couple of minutes left, and I wanted to ask if you would relay to our audience the significance and history of Denim Day. I think I learned about this 1 or 2 years ago when the anniversary fell on this TV show itself. And so we'd like, if you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Denim Day is April 30th. It's the last Wednesday of this month. And it really looks at how do we challenge victim blaming through wearing our denim on that day. That is significant because in Italy, there was a survivor back a couple decades ago. And unfortunately, sentiment is very similar. The late 80s, early 90s, all of this happened, where an individual was sexually assaulted when they were learning, getting their driver's permit, sexually assaulted by their driver's instructor. At first, they were convicted of sexual assault, but then there was an appeal, and the judge said, you know what? Yeah, this individual was wearing really tight jeans. That survivor must have helped the individual who assaulted them remove them. And so then the case was overturned. The entire female population of the Italian parliament then went to their capital and went to work all dressed in jeans as a form of solidarity to say no. jeans, however tight their clothing is, does not equal consent. So we encourage everyone to wear denim on April 30th in support of survivors and challenging rape culture.
Well, Jessica, we're just out of time, and I know one of the things we wanted to talk about was what bystanders can do when they observe or experience what they perceive to be, examples of rape culture. And I would just suggest out there to anybody watching that you can speak up. You can note when you think someone is saying or doing something, even if they perceive it as a jest or a joke, that it contributes to this. But I do want to leave you with the last word and ask you, does the Bridge have some events happening this month during Sexual Assault Awareness Month that you would like to promote and let our audience know about?
Yes, we have one more really exciting event on Friday night from 7 to 9 p.m. at Coronation Theater in Houston. It is an improv theater. We're doing a comedy show in honor of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and it's all about womanhood, dating, coming of age, kind of really looking at how can we have a night of laughter and fun and resiliency, because often Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we don't get to have those kinds of events. So join us in Coronation Theater from 7 to 9 this Friday.
All right. Well, thank you. We will have all this information in our notes after the show. And thank you again, Jessica. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right. After a quick commercial break, Jake will be back in the studio with our Music Monday guest, Isa.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me, I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Hi, moving on to Maria Machado, HCC Audio Recording Technology student, HCC student intern, director of an upcoming student HCC show, and our Music Monday guest. Welcome to the show, Maria.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Awesome. In addition to all these other cool titles, you're also an active member of the Music Entertainment Student Association, also known as MESA, and a musician and audio engineer.
Yes.
What drew you to the audio program at HCC?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a musician. I've always been a musician, and I wanted to enroll somewhere where I could further develop my music production skills and also learn more about like audio and music engineering and audio engineering itself, because it's such like a broad field of work. And HCC is pretty affordable and aligned with my goals perfectly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a great answer. Yeah, no, I agree with you. What is MESA and what can you tell us about it?
Well, MISA, we call it MISA. It's a Music Entertainment Student Association. It's a student-led, student-ran association, and we focus on doing events and networking to reach outside the four walls of college. Because I feel sometimes we're in college and we only stay with whatever happens inside the college. And it's really hard for students to reach out and get internships or get to know people professionally outside of school. So our goal as an association is to connect that part easier, especially because in the music industry, music entertainment industry, you need to network. It's probably one of the most important tools you need in all industries, but in the music industry is a little more intensified, that you got to know people to get places. So everyone in the association, we all just want to work in the music business industry, or we're all performers. We all want to be in the industry. So all of our goals aligned help us get places that we wouldn't be able to get on our own.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know what you mean about networking. It's the same thing in the film business.
Yeah,
All my classes out
exactly.
here, network. That's how you
Yes.
move on. Okay,
That's how
what can you tell us about Hidden Gem?
Okay, so Hidden Gem, it's our annual festival that we do every spring semester. It's kind of like a music showcase, but I would call it the alternative HCC music showcase because, first of all, the organizers, the staff, and all of the artists are HCC students. There's no professors involved. Well, we have advisors that guide us through the way of all the steps of doing everything, but everything else we do it on our own. All the artists are HCC students, all the staff are HCC students, all the organizers, HCC students. Last year actually was the headliner for the festival, which was pretty cool. There was around 100 people at the festival. But this year I'm just going to be doing audio. I'm going to be the A1 engineer. And the festival is going to be at the Spring Branch campus on May 3rd, Saturday, May 3rd, from 12 to 4 p.m. So noon to 4 p.m. if you want to go, if you want to show up, shoot some video over there.
Yeah, no, thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
And that's impressive that all of y'all are doing it yourselves, right? Like without
Yeah.
any overload.
Yeah, we don't really have professors come in. Like we do get all the gear and all the equipment that we need from school, which is it's a big support, and we do it in school too. But we try to keep it for the students, by the students as much as we can, because I think experience in general is invaluable. I think learning with experience is something that it's something invaluable that you can't get with a book, you can't get with a class. Yeah, and then so we have a music business program, and a lot of our students are also in music business, and they want to learn about event managing and event organizing. So, and then we have the audio program working too. So it's kind of like both things together. We make one full thing to be able to produce this type of shows and these type of events.
Oh, that's really awesome. No, I'm glad you're getting to get all the experience you can on your own right now.
Yeah.
You're right, it's invaluable.
It's invaluable, yeah.
Okay. I want to move on to HCCTV.
Okay.
How has your experience with us here been like?
So far I like it. Like I said, I love learning with experience. I love learning on the job. I love learning while doing the things. And I've never thought I would get into TV broadcasting. It's definitely something new and something far from what I'm used to, because I'm used to doing music. I'm used to just staying in that field, all music, and now stepping out and doing TV, doing broadcasting is very interesting. It's very interesting to see how everything is ran, and it gives me a different viewpoint, a different point of view on how things are done
No,
in the media.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I get it. So has being here at HCCTV opened your eyes to new angles and how you can employ your audio skills here?
Yes. Audio in broadcasting is super different than audio and music. I think in music, audio is seen through like, you kind of like focus way more on it and stress it a lot more. In broadcasting, it seems so much simple to do audio. What my eyes have been open to, like camera and take framing and taking shots. I didn't know how to use the settings on a camera before, but now I understand it. Now I'm like, oh, that's why my photos didn't look good before, because of the lighting and then the framing and all that. Super interesting. I really like learning all of it.
Yeah, no, HCCTV is a great place to learn
Yeah.
all the camera stuff. I definitely learned a lot here too so
Yes.
far. I hear that the new student show in the works. What are its plans so far, and how has it been to work with our own show's director, Nathan Hale?
Well, yeah, we have a student intern show coming up soon towards the end of the semester, which is pretty cool. I'm excited working with all the interns in here. I want to say it's something new. I want to say something new, something different from what I've seen has been done around here, especially because we're all like super young. All the interns are like under 20 years old. So it's kind of like a new generation, a new breath of air, something fresh. And I've liked working with everyone so far. Nathan is really experienced and has a different point of view because of all his experience that he has on TV and broadcasting and everything. It's really cool to work with everyone. And I feel like I'm the least, how do you say that? I'm not a film student, you know? I'm not a film student. I'm not an animation student. I'm just a music audio student. And I feel like everyone's abilities it's something that I can learn from while doing the show. It's super interesting because I don't know how to like storyboard or doing the shot list and that kind of stuff. But it's really interesting to work with the interns and have them teach me that kind of stuff and see how I can provide help too in some other ways.
Yeah, no, I understand. And no, I bet you being here has also made you very valuable to them because you have a ton of audio experience. I'm sure that takes a lot of weight off their shoulders still when it comes to the audio side of the show.
Yeah, so pretty cool.
Okay. Yes, and well, I appreciate you explaining everything, and it's been really great having you.
Thank you. You're a great host.
Oh, thank you. Thank you to Maria, audio recording technology student, HCC TV intern, and is now a director of an upcoming student show, and was our Music Monday guest. And we'll have your info in the post after the show.
Yep.
Coming up after a quick commercial break, Nick and I will return with some news and announcements.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
All right, welcome everybody back. Thanks for that commercial break. This is Dean Cox and Jake again. We're going to give you some news announcements. Jake, why don't you take that first one and tell us a little bit more about the online college event?
Yeah, of course. The first announcement is congrats to HCC's online college, SGA state winners. HCC's online SGA has won several awards as well as a state position at the 2025 Texas Junior College Student Government Association State Conference. Included in the accolades are second place for Scrapbook, third place for Chapter of the Year, Region 5 Treasurer for 2025 and 2026, and Jan Advice as State Advisor-elect. Over 50 schools competed in the conference award categories. Check our posts in the conference award categories after the show.
Thank you, Jake. That's really great news for the online college. Let's talk a little bit about Southeast College now. The Office of Student Life at HCC Southeast and the Rec Sports here have launched a step challenge series throughout the month of April. Coming up next is the treadmill walk on Wednesday, April 23rd from 1 to 2 p.m. at the Eastside Student Life Building's lobby in the foyer. Show for more information.
Yeah, thank you. And also HCC's annual dance concert with choreography from faculty, guests, artists, and students will be directed by Maggie Lasher at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday and Thursday, April 23rd and 24th at the Central Hainan Theater. It's free. Check our post after the show for more info.
You know, as the semester draws to an end, a lot of our arts courses and students have various receptions, performances, and things like that, dance concert. But the online college has an artist reception. It's a student life hosted event. It's an artist talk with an artist named Gigi Edelsbrunner and Proxy Gallery founder Annette Capon. They'll bring your questions, be part of this talk. You get to hear from the artist about their unique approach to how they showcase their work. Kapan will also share how HCC students and alum can apply to be featured in a future gallery show. This will be Thursday, April 24th from noon to 1 p.m., free virtually on Teams. And you can check our post after the show for more information.
Thank you. Yeah, and incoming instrument and voice students can audition for music faculty to determine ensemble placement. Students will then take a theory placement exam to determine the most appropriate course. This event is for both high school students and adults looking to pursue an associate's degree. It's at 1:30 to 3:30 on Saturday, May 3rd at the Central Fine Arts Center. Check our post after the show.
All right, and last but not least, summer enrollment is open. Make the most of summer and lock in those classes you need to stay on track to complete your degrees. HCC will offer classes in a variety of programs, different session lengths, and a range of modalities, including traditional classes in person, asynchronous online anytime classes. We have online on a schedule classes that meet virtually, and we have hybrid classes and hybrid labs that meet part online, part in person. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover your costs, go to hccs.edu/apply. Jake, I wanted to thank you for stepping in and co-hosting this morning.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it's been great being here, and it's my first time, so hopefully I did good. But yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, you did great. And it was a good segment with our intern there as well. For everybody out there, I want to let you know that coming up, we're going to be talking to the Vast Academy about its Central Eagles Club and hosting its Student Leader Awards later this month. And later this week, we're going to spotlight the Staff Senate, which is hosting elections for a new slate of officers. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.